Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are we well? I'll just move this out the way so the people at the back can see me. I've recently had a birthday, and I'm now in my mid-60s, and ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say, I feel bloody old. Yeah, because there's signs out there that make you feel old. Like I woke up the other day and suddenly realized I've got a bald son. I've got a personally autographed Bible. Dear Kevin, it's rained here for the past 40 days and 40 nights. It just reminds me of being in Barry. All the best, Noah. And I've started to forget things, because that's the other thing, as you're getting older, you start to forget things, don't you? I come out of Tesco the other day. I was an hour and a half walking round the car park, looking for my car, before I realised I don't drive. And I went into the local post office. I got to the counter, I said, can I have 2 first-class stamps, please? And I'm like that, I'm looking for my wallet everywhere. And I suddenly realised I forgot to put my trousers on. And in our local magazine that gets posted through the door in Newport, there was an article in there that said, the average life expectancy of a man in Newport is 74 years and 6 months. The average life expectancy of a woman in Newport, 86 years, 8 months. I reckon I've got another 3 or 4 years before I need to transition. And can I tell you, as you're growing older, there's a couple of young people. There's a couple of people. How old are you? 25. I'm going to tell you what happens as you grow older now. When you get to your 40s, right, you start to lose your eyesight starts to go. When you get to your 50s, it's your hearing and your marbles start to go. When you get to your 60s, that's when you lose your bowel control and you can't stop farting. The sad thing about that is you don't lose your sense of smell till you get to your 70s. And can I just say, talking about farting, my father, he's in his 80s now, and every morning when he wakes up, it's like trumpet voluntary. It's like, and my mother, it drives her mad. She goes, you're disgusting. Listen to you every bloody morning, you're farting past yourself. He goes, it's better out than in, love. Better out than in. She goes, you're just disgusting. And I and the grandchildren think he's got a talent. Because when he gets up and goes to the bathroom, every step he takes, he farts. And my mother's there going, you're just disgusting. If you carry on like that, you're going to blow your insides out. He said, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a doctor. The other morning, he woke up and he's farting past himself. My mother jumps out of bed, disgusted, goes downstairs to make herself a cup of tea. She's downstairs making the tea, and she goes in the fridge to get herself a bottle of milk. And there on the bottom shelf is a chicken with a packet of giblets. She thinks, I'll show that bugger. And she creeps back upstairs, pulls the duvet back, and puts the giblets next to him in the bed. 10 minutes later, all hell's let loose. He's running from the bedroom to the bathroom, back to the bedroom, farting past himself. He comes running downstairs and goes, "You all right, love? You all right, love? I farted and it blew me insides out." He said, "Luckily enough, I went to the bathroom, I found some Vaseline and I managed to squeeze it all back inside." But that's the other thing. As you get old, you start getting ailments that you never had when you were younger. Never had them at all. Now, there'll be plenty of guys out there. I can only see the first row. So there'll be plenty of guys out there who are in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they'll understand what I'm going to talk about now. There is this syndrome or this ailment that you get when you're an older man. It's only visible in the summer when you're wearing shorts. It's called gonadic dangle. Yeah, that's a technical term for it, gonadic dangle. It's when you cough, fart or sneeze and suddenly your gonads drop below your short level. And some men who are in their 80s, it drops that low that they've got to play keepy-uppy to keep them off the floor. Now, the other thing about gonadic dangle, because you're wearing your shorts, you could be at a barbecue, let's say, with the vicar, and you're sitting on the rattan furniture, you cough, the gonads come out, and they get tangled in the weave of the rattan furniture. So now you've got gonadic dangle with tangle. You go to stand up and you're dragging this rattan furniture around for the next half an hour, going, "Love, love, can you untangle me? Can you untangle me?" Now, the final thing I'm going to say about growing old is you start losing your temper with things that when you're younger you don't really bother about. I live in Newport and we have this recycling of the bins. I don't know what was wrong with 1 or 2 bins with a lid, and you just put everything in. Now we have bins, bags, and boxes. All different colours, bins, bags, and boxes. I've got bins. I've got a black bin for the household waste. I've got a green bin for the garden waste. Then I've got a brown bin for the food waste. Then I've got all these bags. I've got every bag there is. I've got a red bag, that's for plastics, tin cans. I've got a blue bag, that's for cardboard and paper. I've got a colostomy bag, a Tesco bag for life, and then I've got a green bag that I've got to put the food waste in before I put it in the brown bin. Then I've got the boxes. I've got a green box. Now this green box, that's for bottles and glass. Now when I used to just put all my rubbish together in the one bin, the neighbours didn't know I was an alcoholic. Now the bloody thing clatters like mad every time I take it out. I've also got a blue box, and that has electrical waste and trousers and jumpers and all that. So I've got that many bags, boxes and bins on my driveway, I can't fit the bloody car on it. And because I'm growing old and I can't see properly through my eyes and I'm colourblind, I put all the wrong stuff in the bloody boxes in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. Have a wonderful night.